we hope for an orderly transition of power. Isn't it quite amazing that we would think, could we not have that? And then we go beyond that, and then we say, what about those policies that are going to be dealt with? Nobody's going to deal with the debt policy. That's going to end up being monetized down the path. Then the question is issues of taxation, and those issues of taxation will have an important impact on the capital markets. If they're bought for after-tax returns, by and large, it's the important thing. You lower corporate income taxes, you raise corporate income taxes, it makes a difference to prices. So we're going to have those issues, a lot of issues to talk about regarding the election. I think when we go beyond that, most likely, there is going to be irreconcilable differences, and I think that you're going to see more movement to states. So there'll be a challenge of what does the central government control, and what do the state governments control, and is there an obedience in a sense? So we are coming more to a fragmented set of circumstances. What we would need, I think, is strong leadership of the middle to bring the country together and isolate more of the extremists, if that was possible, and then to make reforms, because we do have a very skewed type of economy.
So is that Kamala Harris?
Oh, but there's no. I don't think it's either of the candidates. Okay, I don't think it's either. No, it's not either of the candidates. I think that the issue of reform, strong leadership in the middle, I don't see it.
We've been talking about a changing global order. China comes to mind automatically. The conversation right now is a massive slowdown in China, economic malaise, but people seem to be missing the point that amidst all the slowdown, China is still innovating, renewables, EVs. How are you assessing?
I think that there are real issues in China now, and they changed really in the last 4 years. And that is that they need a restructuring. A lot of the spending, well, let's say, individuals, 70% of their money was in real estate. Real estate has gone down. Stocks have gone down. Salaries have gone down. And so, and as a result, they're not spending, and they're concerned, and they're holding money in cash. With deflation, cash is a relatively good asset class. That's kind of the household and the business sector is in that state. At the same time, you have the government sector is a problem because most of the government spending, 83% of government spending, is spent by local governments. Those local governments got their money by selling land for real estate. Okay, there are no land sales, and they borrowed a lot of money, and those that they borrowed the money don't get paid. And so the question is, how are you going to get money into those places to operate? It's a situation that's more challenging than Japan in 1990. It needs a restructuring in order to be able to do that. And then there's also the question is the property values, the property ownership. Is it respected? And Deng Xiaoping during his period said it's glorious to be rich. Is it still glorious to be rich? So you have an environment in China which is changing and becoming a more difficult environment. So it's the time right now that you would see either is there going to be a restructuring and a getting past that? The innovation, yes, there's fantastic innovation. In terms of technology, there's nothing like it other than in the United States. Europe certainly isn't a competitor in that. However, it's very much government directed. Can there still be entrepreneurship and that inventiveness? These are big cosmic questions for...
Given the environment that you have just painted for us, is China still the place to do business? Is China still the destination for your investment money? You've said time and again that you should be invested in China.
Yes, I just want to be clear about the investing in China. In all countries, there are cycles and ups and downs and so on. And in no country should you invest so much money that it becomes a dominant portion of your portfolio. So in China, I still invest in China. The question is the size of the investment and how that investment is structured. So it's been a good experience for us
What's the
investing.
size and how are you invested? Because your report suggesting that Bridgewater, for instance, has been cutting down its exposure to China's holdings to China for the last 7 quarters.
It's not my place to talk about Bridgewater's
that's fine, but
exposure.
how do you see investing in China?
I see investing in China as largely a very attractively priced place that now has a lot of questions regarding the issues that I've just referred to. In other words, the economic issues and the political issues regarding property rights and whether it's still glorious to be rich and how that'll work. Therefore, there's a small percentage of our portfolio which is in China and will stay in China, through this process.
One of the big forces shaping the world today is technology, AI, Gen AI. You're big on it. You're looking at a bot so that people can have access and have conversations with you. I mean, what do you see the potential? And of course, if it's technology goes wrong, your bot could go rogue. I mean, how are you assessing, the risks as well as the rewards, the benefits of AI and Gen AI?
Well, for the last 35 years, I've written down principles and decision rules, literally many thousands of those, and they have operated as systems, decision-making systems. And that now I'm very excited about that because but you have to train them very well because it's been also specified over a period of time. It is very educational. I've then taken a large team of people and gone through asking it questions and dealing with it and training it. And the reason is a lot of people ask me questions. I'm at a phase of my life where my main objective is to pass along what I've had that it's of benefit to others, and we interact, such as this kind of conversation. And I thought it would be great if I could answer all those questions, or we could have discussions. How are you doing and all that? So that's what I've created. It's called Digital Ray, at least that's the tentative name, and we're beta testing it. We're going to have several thousand people test it and see how that goes, and then we'll move forward. But I think it's exciting when you need to have computerized decision-making working with you, because the time of making all those decisions in your head, that's obsolete. The smart person who thinks, I can weigh everything in my head, they're obsolete. Nowadays, you have to have a partner in terms of those decision-making with the computer.
Ray, final 30 seconds. We also know that Gen AI sucks up energy. They say as much as a small country. Surely that is a concern.
Oh, of course, it's an important concern. The real question is its productivity. I think a lot of attention, a lot of the finances have been in the development with the superscalers. I think the real opportunities are going to come in terms of the users and how that's going to change productivity. In fact, probably invent ways that technology wouldn't be so much of
Ray, we have to leave it there. Great
Okay.
conversation.
Thank
Ray
you.
Dalio, founder and CIO mentor at Bridgewater Associates. We're coming to you live from the Milken Asia Summit. Keep it here with us. This is Bloomberg.